In July of 1954, a quiet night at Sun's studio in Memphis suddenly got loud. Elvis Presley was fooling around with a blues tune, and a bass player named Bill Black jumped in, mocking, laughing, thumping his big ol' upright bass, and right there, "That's All Right, Mama" was born. That sound, it changed American music forever.
This program is brought to you by Old Timer Song Factory, the online catalog of original songs, perfectly suited for specialized music labels seeking distinctive tracks for their upcoming releases, all crafted with the true spirit of the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
And here's the thing. While Elvis got the spotlight, Bill Black was the pulse. Without his slap bass and that wild stage energy, the Blue Moon Boys might have never gotten off the ground.
Let's roll back to the start. Bill Black, William Patton Black, Jr., born in Memphis in 1926. Oldest of 9 kids, his dad worked the streetcar lines and played fiddle and banjo on the side.
So music was baked right in. Bill learned on a homemade guitar, literally a cigar box with strings nailed to it. By 16, he was playing honky-tonk joints around Memphis, working up that mix of rhythm and humor that had become his signature.
And humor was a big part of it. He used to black out his teeth, wear overalls and a straw hat, like a comedy act. But behind all that was serious rhythm. He was a student of Fred Maddox, that slap bass pioneer from Maddox Brothers and Rose.
Yeah, Fred Maddox thumped that bass like it owed him money. Bill picked it up and made it even punchier, smacking the strings for rhythm and tone. It gave the early rockabilly sound its heartbeat.
Then came the big call. Sam Phillips over at Sun Records needed a bass player and a guitarist to back a young truck driver named Elvis Presley. Bill and Scotty Moore said, "Sure, why not?" They weren't too impressed at first, but then Elvis started goofing around with Arthur Crudup's "That's All Right," and Bill just hollered, "Damn, get that on the radio and they'll run us out of town." And sure enough, that song hit Memphis radio and lit up the South. Bill, Scotty, and Elvis became the Blue Moon Boys. They toured hard, played the Louisiana Hayride, and brought country, blues, and rhythm together in one raw, electrified sound.
What's funny is Bill was the comic relief on stage. He'd dance, crack jokes, jump around that bass while Elvis was still learning how to move. Scotty Moore once said, Elvis used to just stand there, and Bill would loosen everybody up. He was the spark.
When Elvis hit the big time and RCA bought his contract, Bill followed, playing on those early hits like Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, and Jailhouse Rock. He even switched to the new Fender Precision bass on Jailhouse Rock, one of the first in popular music.
But by 1958, he was ready to lead his own show. So he formed Bill Black's Combo, a tight instrumental band that made danceable, bluesy hits. Their first single, Smokey Part 2, sold 1 million copies and hit #1 on the R&B chart.
That's right, #1 on the Black charts. White band, but the groove was universal. Then came White Silver Sands, Josephine, Don't Be Cruel, all instrumentals that made people move.
They even appeared in the movie Teenage Millionaire and on The Ed Sullivan Show. Billboard named them the #1 instrumental group of 1961. Not bad for a guy who started out clowning around on a homemade bass.
By 62, he'd built his own recording studio, Lin Lou, named after his kids, Linda and Louie, and a label called Louie Records. He was turning Memphis into a family affair.
Sadly, his health began to fail not long after that. A brain tumor kept him off the road. But when the Beatles came to America in '64, they asked for Bill Black's Combo to open for them on tour. That's how far his influence reached.
Bill couldn't make that tour, but his band carried on. He passed away the next year in 1965 at just 39 years old. Elvis didn't attend the funeral. He didn't want to turn it into a circus, but he visited the family privately. That's how deep their bond ran.
His bass, his big upright, is now owned by Paul McCartney. Linda gave it to him as a birthday gift. You can see Paul play it in his video for Baby's Request. That's how timeless Bill's sound became, crossing generations,
from Elvis to the Beatles.
And the honors kept coming. Bill Black was inducted into the Musicians Hall of Fame in 2007 and into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2009. Rolling Stone even ranked him the 40th greatest bass player of all time.
Not bad for a Memphis kid with a cigar box guitar.
Thanks for riding along with us today. We'll catch y'all next time with another chapter in the story of American roots music.
Really appreciate you spending time with us. Means a lot.
It's time to say goodbye, friends, but we're never far. Just tune in again, same time, same place, same warm sound.
And remember, if life ever feels offbeat, just slap that bass like Bill did and make your own rhythm.
If you liked the episode, don't be shy. Drop us a comment, share a memory or a story, and hit that subscribe button so you'll be the first to know when the next Stories of American Roots Music comes rolling out.